Hello, Aklium. Last year I played Luigi's Mansion all October, wearing this hat, so... It's not that I hate Halloween, it's just I hate stuff that comes with it, typically. I actually kind of, like, enjoy the idea of the holiday. Yeah, because, well, the way it worked for me was, I started Luigi's Mansion in October. I finished it, like October 29th-ish. And then, on Halloween, I played Iron Lung. This year, I decided I didn't want to play, any given, like, Halloween tangent game. Other than, like, today, because, a game that is apparently considered a horror game came out, and so I'm... Yeah. We'll see. This is the sort of thing, to preface, if something happens and I, get too spooked, I will be ending stream. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not gonna push through this game. I mean, I will say, this is a game that is going to have, like, very much so, high possibility of very disturbing content. I am going to put that out right now. One of their other games I actually couldn't finish playing because I got sick to my stomach reading some of the stuff that was in the game. So, it is highly likely that this game is going to have some incredibly disturbing content. Hello, Star Bookman. Happy Halloween. Do I still have them saved? I do, ha! Been to Halloween stuff with friends, but two of them got sick. Oof. Unfortunate, sorry to hear that. I need to go back and redo some of those, holy shit. I did not do a lot, apparently. Alright, well, hello everyone and welcome in. Happy Halloween. Happy Spoopy Day. I'm gonna put warnings right at the start of stream. And I'm probably going to put it in a text box in the other scene. But today's stream, two things are gonna happen. One, if this game gets to be too much for me in a horror sense, I will be dropping stream then and there. I will be ending stream, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am not going to push through this game. Two, there is a high likelihood that this game has incredibly disturbing content in it. Some of the other games from the studio I have not been able to finish because I have been, like, horrified with what I've, like, read from it. So, with that in mind, you do not have to stay. You do not have to stay for today. That is very much so up to you whether you stay or not. I am actually slightly terrified. So, I will actually show this off, I think. This is a small, publisher that I've enjoyed some of their games for before. Yeah, there is, like, blood and gore in this game. So, I am not looking forward to this. Am I able to capture Steam with this? Might just need to do display. Why? That was fine, but this is the game. Just to let you know what we've kind of got going. So essentially, this is apparently a psychological thriller in the horror genre. I am not quite like, which is why I'm saying right away, I probably will not finish this. But this is more like what I'm used to. Stuff like this, where it's just kind of visual novel-esque. Do they use AI? Please don't tell me they use AI. Okay. This is... I'm going to allow this. From the standpoint of... they're using the AI as a tool to be used, and they're using it with their things they have the rights to use. They specifically disclaim that. I am going to let that slide. At least for today, because I don't have anything else planned. But you can tell I do really like Random Studios and their games. They did the game called The Test. If you watch Markiplier a couple years back, he played that. Ooh. But yeah, they have some interesting ones in here. They're all very cheap. I would recommend some of them. Specifically, the Test series is really fun. But I am not ready. Again, I'm going to clarify. If I become uncomfortable in any way, I will be stopping playing.
In a room with shadows cold, brushes dipped in stories told, red flows
I can't.
soul, the masterpiece
Loud. That is so incredibly loud. I apologize. I have no clue if that music is copyrighted. All right. So in that case, I am going to put this on. You get the goofy Nintendo Halloween music as opposed to actual scary music. Yeah, trust me, Star. I'm right there with you. There's a reason why I said I don't like to do horror games. I make one exception for Halloween. That is it. And even that is I am only going to do it for as long as I am comfortable. In case you wanted to see what type of humor this this series has, or this company has, gathered in the Twisted Titty Cavern, just on the edge of town, two dubious ruffians speak in hushed tones of underhanded adventures and ill-begotten gains. Upon scanning their surroundings, the tavern appears eerily desolate, though the sound of music echoes melodiously from an antiqued, time-worn stage. I'm not gonna do voices for every character. I'm not. My throat can't do that right now. Whoa, Ronnie, did you see that chest on that bard? And that voice? It's kind of haunting, but in a sexy way, you know? Okay, well, this is already getting a bit much. It's been a bit. Just to let you know, it's been a bit since I played one of their games. So, and it was not nearly this awkward. Ronnie? Ronnie, you dumb or something? Huh? No, it's just, I don't know, man. Are you sure about this? Am I sure about what? I don't even know what you're talking about. Are you sure we should be discussing business in public like this? Feels a little unsafe, Arthur. Unsafe? The hell are you on about? Well, like, shouldn't we meet somewhere more private? I feel like I am not doing this justice with the voices I'm giving. Look around, dingus. You see anyone in here? Place is emptier than a pauper's purse. Wow, okay, this is actually kind of insane. What about the barmaid or that bar chick? I think I saw someone drinking at the bar when we walked in, too. They're halfway across the tavern, Ronnie. And that bard's belting her pretty little face off and strumming that creepy yet mildly... What the fuck? I feel like I'm not gonna be able to play this super long. Like, completely outside of the obvious. Really think anyone's gonna hear us? Come on, man. You've always been such a worrywart. And no, your old pal Arthur ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. Yeah, but that's what you said about the Holtzman job. And look how that one turned out. Alright, answer me this, Ronnie. Did you die? Someone did. Okay. But did you? Well, no, but... Then shut your lips, fathead. Have some faith in my guidance for once, will you? This, I don't know how to feel about this. I'll be honest. Fine. But we don't want anyone to die this time, Arthur. If you follow my lead and do exactly as I say, no one will have to, Ronnie. Understood? I guess. Attaboy. So what's the plan then? You got a new job for us? Off the top of my head, no. But, typically, like, I rate my streams for mature audiences anyway. And, it doesn't have a rating on Steam. So yeah, there you go. It doesn't have an age rating on Steam. Yeah, it doesn't have an age rating tied to it, so. Because I just like look it up. So yeah, there you go. No age rating. I've got a couple things floating around, all in due time, my friend. Don't really have time to sit and wait. But don't score something big, and soon the boss man said he'd smash my... If this is not rated M, I will be heavily confused. So, yeah. Yikes. Boxes don't screw around. And it gets worse. That's a threat. I'm gonna kind of skip through some of, like, the exposition. I'm not gonna read all of it because it's getting a bit long and fucked up. So, just to kind of get into the, like, gameplay loop. You see, Oclium, joke's on you, super chats aren't enabled on my YouTube because I'm not monetized yet. He'll do it, too. I know he'll fucking do it. Have you got a job for us or not? Let's see what I can do. I think I might have something. Here. I'll cover our tab and head on out. Don't worry, Ronnie. Everything's gonna be alright. Got it? If you say so. If you find anything, Arthur, please. You'll be the first to know, buddy. Promise. Just chill out, relax, and I'll see you in a bit, alright? Hell, maybe you should go hit up that pretty bard lass. Get out of your head for a while, it'll do you some good. Alright, well, maybe you're right. Let me go back in my YouTube video. I will say it just for you, Oclium. Hello, Pyrus Walkman. I have gone back in the YouTube video, and if I don't score something big and soon, the boss man said he'd smash my sack into nut butter. You happy, Oclium? But yes, hello, Pyrus. Happy Halloween. So this game is going to be likely very disturbing. So, huge warning. Oh, right, that's what I was gonna do. That's not how you spell it. Discretion. There we go. Bink. Alright, well, maybe you're right. I'll probably head out of here soon, though. I'll see you around, man. Arthur swings around in his seat with his drink still in hand before guzzling the remaining dregs of his ale in a hurry. Arthur sets his empty mug down atop the table and with a nervous smile aimed in Ronnie's direction begins to take his leave with curious haste. Well, I suppose I should probably get going too. That part is kind of on my mind though, and I've got just enough ale in my drink to think I've got a chance. Maybe I should stick around a little longer. I don't know how to feel about that. It's gonna force me to. Okay. I don't want to do this because I have a feeling this is going to get very misogynistic right off the bat. Well, hello there, beautiful. I'm Ronnie. What's a lovely girl like you doing in an empty place like this? You know, with your talent, you could easily sell out the Bard Rock Cafe. That tavern is twice as big as this place, and it's always packed. Upon approaching the woman, Ronnie notices that her eyes are shut as she sings. The bard sways back and forth with the melody echoing off the tavern walls as she gently strums her instrument. Entirely fixated on her performance, she pays no attention to Ronnie's presence. Oh, she's kind of cute. I actually really like that look. Well, that's about how I expected that to go. I've got more in places to be anyway. Who knows? Maybe there's someone up at the bar who will be interested. Just gotta find someone with a few drinks in them already, that's all. Ugh. This is Pikmin? Is that not Bowser's Castle theme? Apparently this is from Pikmin 2, this music. The darkest corner of the tavern sits a sobbing woman draped in holy attire. Tears run rampant down her cheeks and cries of anguish bellow from within. Empty ale bottles pile around her as she takes a deep sip from her mug with a strained sigh. She buries her face in her hands and weeps. Whoa, I wasn't expecting this. Don't think I've ever seen a drunk nun before. Hello, Vala. Welcome in. Yeah, I could have sworn this was Bowser's Castle theme, but apparently it's Pikmin 2 Submerged Castle. Oh! Wait, no, they just forgot to change the actual video. Never mind. That was Mario Galaxy Haunted Halls Galaxy. So that was a Bowser's Castle theme. That was just entirely, they forgot to change the actual video to properly. What's the matter, lady? What you crying for? Can't forgive yourself for the latest sin? Or did the priest choose one of your better-looking sisters over you for Sunday fun day? Oh, that is, Cloaked woman begins to raise her head from her hands and slowly turns to gaze at Ronnie, her glazed eyes locked with his. They share an awkward silence for a brief moment before the woman begins to speak in a low-toned, gravelly voice. You ask me why I weep, child? The distraught, inebriated woman pauses for a moment, eyes still locked with Ronnie's as though she's peering directly into his soul. I weep for you. Okay, that's not... You don't even know me, lady. I weep for you, Ronnie. I weep for you. After a short and abrupt eruption of anger, the woman once again begins sobbing uncontrollably into her hands, stopping only long enough to intermittently choke down an occasional swig of ale. Ronnie stands stiff and silent in a state of befuddlement upon hearing the woman's ominous words. Whoa, maybe you do know me. But I sure don't know you. Sister, you've given me the creeps. I'm out of here. Why does that sound like a Sonic line? I'm out of here. Score. Looks like the barmaid is back. Time to work my magic. Well, you failed 2 out of 2, so I don't want to hear it. Ronnie eagerly approaches the barmaid, full of confidence and poise. I've never seen you around here before, miss. You must be new here, because I'm certain I'd remember a face as pretty as yours. Barmaid blushes at Ronnie's forwardness, cracking a small but visible smile. That's very sweet of you to say. I actually just started here last week. I thought so. I wanted to ask you something. The barmaid pauses for a brief moment when, in sudden realization, as though she just urgently remembered something of significant importance. Wait, you wouldn't happen to be Ronnie, would you? Well, that depends on who's asking, I suppose. Some guy came in here earlier and dropped something off for you. It's got your name on it. Barmaid presents a crimson smudged envelope to Ronnie and passes it over the counter. Ronnie eyes the envelope cautiously before tentatively accepting it. Ronnie opens the envelope to reveal hand letter nervously read from the mysterious stained parchment. Dear Ronnie, I know times have been tough, and I'd like to present you with an offer. A man of your talents would be perfectly suited for a job like this. There rests an old farmhouse atop a small hill on Milton Lane. I trust you know the area well. Milton Lane. I think that's where my last job was. The old man who resides in the farmhouse is currently away visiting family down south. However, he's expected to return Thursday morning, so time is of the essence. Believe you'll find the fortune right for the taking. Whatever you find is yours to keep. Thursday. That's tomorrow. I don't have a whole lot of time. Use what you find to get back on your feet. I ask nothing in return, only that you follow through and make the most of it. Arthur. Wait, that was the other guy that was there. Alright. I knew Arthur would pull through for me. This does seem a little strange, though. Why didn't Arthur just hand this to me earlier? Yeah, exactly. They must have known it was too risky to talk in person after all. Must have set this whole thing up to hand the letter off to me for a new job. Arthur, you sly dog. I guess I really should trust in his guidance after all. The old man's supposed to return tomorrow morning. Gives me a few hours. Get in, get out. Smiles warmly at Ronnie with a glint in her eye before speaking with slight hesitance in her voice. My name's Sophia, by the way. I really like your vest. While the barmaid attempts to make conversation, Ronnie's eyes fixate on the letter, reading the last few lines over and over again, lost in deep thought. Caught in a trance-like state, Sophia's words fall upon deaf ears as Ronnie obliviously ignores the woman's advances. Is there anything else I can help you with, sir? I believe you were going to ask me something earlier. No time, sorry. I gotta get going. Thanks, though. Now, if I leave soon, I should have just enough time to grab the most valuable stuff before the old man comes back. Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself then. It's so strange to just, like, have that sort of language in a game like this. Because it's like, you're so used to, like, that clean sort of thing. To just have, like, normal, like, crude language is so awkward. Cheapskate didn't even pay his tab. I actually thought he was cute in a low-life scumbag dorky sort of way. Maybe I'll try my luck with that cute bird girl once my shift is over. What I wouldn't give to rest my head on those sweet, sweet melons while she sings me to sleep for a night. Oh, we love bye. After drunkenly staggering through the streets for several hours, Ronnie finally makes it to his destination. A dark, finely upheld farmhouse sits under the moonlight on Milton Lane, a place of recent and unwelcome history for Ronnie. I was just here the other week. I had to run through here when fleeing the neighbor's house when the last job went sour. I really hope the old man isn't home. No one wants to be known as the guy who robs and kills old folks. Can still see the look of panic on that woman's face as she tumbled down the stairs. Her screams, they still ring so loudly in my ears. No, it's gonna be okay. This is gonna go nice and smooth, Ronnie. We're just gonna get in, get out, and never come back to this side of town again. Now I just gotta find the best way to get into this place. Surely the front door would just be open. Fastest way in would be to break the door down, but it also might alert unwanted company. I bet there's a key hidden around somewhere. If there's anything I've learned about breaking and entering, 9 times out of 10 there's a spare key hidden somewhere on the property in case of emergencies. Now if I were a key, where would I be? Hello Ray, happy Halloween. The fuck was that? Hello? Is anyone out there? Nothing but silence is returned in response to Rennie's calls, and the veil of night cloaks most of the property from a distance. It's probably just a cat or something. Gotta find that key and get out of here. Ah yes, tall grass. Oh, that's kind of terrifying. I'm gonna interact with this now. So just fair warning. After exploring the surrounding area, Ronnie comes across a small dirt doll sitting atop a tree stump. Well, this isn't the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Who put this doll here? And why? As the doll peers forward in a fixed gaze, and it seems to be covered in a dry crimson substance. I hope that's not blood. Upon further inspection, the doll appears to be holding something in its hand. The hell is that? The abhorrent doll carries what seems to be a key tucked neatly between its fingers. Oh, fuck off. The old man hides his keys on creepy dolls? What a weirdo. Man, I don't want to touch that fucking thing. After some intense contemplation, Ronnie soon comes to the realization that he has no choice but to take the key away from the doll. Fuck. Okay, here we go. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Ronnie reaches his hand towards the doll and grabs hold of the key. However, no matter how hard he tugs, the key won't break loose from the doll's grip. Yo, what's the deal? Appears that the key is stitched into the doll's hand. Ronnie suddenly realizes that in order to use the key, he's going to have to take the doll with him to the house. You've got to be fucking kidding me. Oh, just the face as it, like, is transitioning is terrifying. He says make his way towards front door once again. Who the fuck stitches their spare key to a doll's hand? This guy ain't right. Alright, here goes nothing. Arnie approaches the cracked wooden door of the old farmhouse with doll and key in hand. He lifts the doll up while positioning the key snugly into the lock before gently turning it. Success, and we're in. This is such a bad song to have during this section. Holy shit. Upon entering the farmhouse, the smell of food permeates the Ronnie's nostrils, and a low bubbling noise can be heard in the distance. Huh. It smells surprisingly good in here. And whatever that smell is, it's making me hungry. What am I still doing with this creepy thing? See ya, Jukes. Why did you do that? Firelight flickers in the distance around darkness of Really hope no one's home. This could get real awkward real fast. Maybe I should announce myself just in case. If I get a response, I'll just hightail it out of here and figure something else out. I don't have it in me to get violent tonight. Ronnie, hesitant at first, works up the courage to announce himself to the darkness. Heyo, Ronnie here. Just dropping by to fix your leaky roof. The hell was that, Ronnie? Why would someone sneak into a person's home and to fix their roof? Hello? Anyone there? No response can be heard to answer Ronnie's calls in the night. The dwelling appears to be currently uninhabited. Alright, let's see if there's anything of value around here. Does appear to be a rusted iron lock holding it shut. This gotta be some sort of vault. But this is where the old man keeps the good stuff. Wait a second, there's bones all over this thing. What the hell have you gotten yourself into, Ronnie? I really don't want to be here, but I don't have much of a choice. I've got to find the key to this vault. Judging from the spot where the last key was hidden, it wouldn't surprise me if the key to this door was hidden outside too. Maybe I should check the garden. Who's there? Heart is still in my heart is in my fucking stomach right now. Something ain't right about this place. I don't think I'm gonna find anything in the front. Maybe I should check around the back. Oh, come on. Book with strange markings. Among the markings is a pentagram drawn in red and an incantation descriptor on the following page. The hell is this? The book is filled with a plethora of occult rituals and insidious glyphs. This page appears to depict images of a soul being transferred from a corpse to an inanimate vessel. I'm just gonna leave this here. Then again, it might be worth some coin. But also, it might open a portal to another dimension and yank me by the nads through the endless abyss. Looks like we have a dilemma. Maybe we'll come back to this later. Oh, hello. Tall wooden stake protrudes from the ground, popping up an amalgamation of hay and burlap to form the shape of a man. This scarecrow stands silent and still over the budding crops below. Upon a closer inspection, there appears to be something glimmering from within. Well, fuck me running. That sure looks like a key to me. Running extends his hand forward, gripping the key tightly while giving it a tug. Key breaks loose from the scarecrow's grip as hay hits the soil below. What a time to get Lavender Town. Holy shit. I'm just glad I don't have to carry the whole damn thing inside. Yep, fucking knew it. Well, here goes nothing. He pushes the key into the heavy iron lock and turns it gently. Bingo! Heavy vault door shuts loudly behind Ronnie as he peers in the darkness. Torchlight dances in the distance, painting darkened silhouettes upon the chamber walls. Putrid smell of dirty iron and rotting meat fills the air, causing Ronnie to gag. Bricks of decaying ass down here. Please don't tell me this is a dead dog. Small, fluffy dog cautiously stares at Ronnie. Dog has a tag and a collar that reads Mr. Jippers. Why does this dog look so familiar? I think that old lady had one just like this. Dog barks warningly while scooting itself closer to the wall, eyes fixated on Ronnie. You don't seem to like me too much. Never been good with animals. Against the filthy back wall of the chamber sits an old, blood-stained throne. Some of the stains appear to be old and dry, yet some appear to be wet and fresh. Something tells me I shouldn't be here right now. I don't think I meant to see this. A strange figure appears from the darkness and charges Ronnie, bashing him over the head with a pipe and rendering him unconscious in the seat on the throne. Actually, I think you're right where you're supposed to be, Ronnie. After several hours have passed, Ronnie begins to come out of his coma. His head throbs achingly from being blindsided and struck from behind. Ugh, my head is killing me. Where am I? How did I get here? Why am I tied to this chair? Ah, you're awake. Sorry about your head. Heh, you dropped like a sack of potatoes, let me tell you. I was actually worried you might not wake up. You've been out like a light for hours. Look, man, I think there's just been a big misunderstanding. If you could just untie me, I'll be happy to go on my way. And a misunderstanding? You mean you weren't trying to break into an old man's home and rob the place while he's out of town? Because from where I'm standing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it kind of seems like you were trying to break into an old man's house and rob the place while he's out of town. Maybe misunderstanding is a poor choice of word. What I meant to say was, I fucked up. I made a big mistake and I fucked up. Yeah, you sure did, pal. As a matter of fact, I don't think you quite realize just how badly you fucked up. But I'm going to make sure you understand by the end of this. Please, whatever it is you think you have to do, you don't. You don't have to do any of this. If you just let me go, I swear you'll never see me again. Well, that doesn't sound very fun now, does it, Ronnie? Oh, I'm not gonna like this. Wow. How do you know my name? Oh, poor Ronnie. I know a great deal about you. More than you can imagine. I've been watching you for some time now. Monitoring the places you go, the people you talk to, getting a good idea for your schedule and practices. Who are you? Where's the old man that lives here? I'm afraid there is no old man, Ronnie. Just me, and now you. But the letter said an old man owned this place, and he was out of town till Thursday. Which would give you just enough time to come here and grab some valuables and leave before he got back. Yes, I know what the letter said, Ronnie. I don't understand. Who do you think wrote the letter, Ronnie? Yeah, I kinda got that. Arthur. He's my best friend and accomplice. He left it for me at the tavern on his way out. Wait. Did you just say your best friend, Arthur? Yes? Ha. That's too good. I'm not following. Your friend has nothing to do with that letter, Ronnie. I'm the one who wrote the letter. Then why was it signed with his name? Because my name just so happens to also be Arthur, I suppose. Isn't that a fantastic coincidence? You can call me Art, by the way. So, my Arthur doesn't know anything about this job. As far as I'm aware, he does not. Which means no one even knows I'm here right now. That sounds about right, my guy. Holy cannoli! What an unfortunate set of circumstances. Well, for you, that is. I personally lucked out with the whole coincidental name thing. Truth be told, I didn't even know I signed that letter. That was reckless of me. And just a damn subconscious habit, I suppose. I guess. Suppose felt like it would have worked better in that. So if you're the one who wrote the letter, then why? What do you have to gain by luring me here? Well, that's where things get interesting, my friend. You see, you took something away from me that I had grown rather fond of. I've never stolen anything from you, man. I don't even know you. This dude loves reveling in the moment. Yeah, absolutely. Ms. Holtzman, my neighbor and friend. You broke into her home, stole her belongings, and snatched her very life from her. It wasn't supposed to go that way. No one was supposed to get hurt. It was supposed to go nice and smooth. Just a simple smash and grab and be on my way. Smash and grab with the old lady? Well, I mean, if that's what you're into. But that's not what happened, is it, Ronnie? It was an accident. I was going through some drawers in the upstairs bedroom, and that's when I heard her come home. She must have heard me rummaging around upstairs because she started shouting angry threats and obscenities at me from far down below. Then before I could climb out the window, I heard the old bag shuffling up those old creaky wooden stairs, and fast, too. Quickly rushed out of her room and met her at the top of the stairs. She had something in her hand. I think it might have been a rolling pin, but I didn't get a good look. Everything happened so fast. I didn't even mean to shove her. My hands, they just sprung forward and... And what, Ronnie? Your hand sprung forward and what? That was a question, Ronnie. Now give me an answer. I pushed her. She tumbled backwards down the stairs and broke her neck against the wall at the bottom. But it wasn't supposed to go that way. That wasn't the plan, I swear. It was an accident. It's not my fault. Not your fault? How is it not your fault? If you hadn't been in her home robbing her of what little that poor old woman had to her name, she'd still be alive right now, wouldn't she? Wouldn't she? I guess she would, yeah. Good. We're making progress. I'm proud of you, Ronnie. It takes a lot to admit something like that aloud to a complete stranger. So, does this mean you're gonna let me go? Not a chance. I love that smile. That smile while he's saying, not a chance. I'm afraid you're gonna be here a while, Ronnie. Make yourself comfortable. Oh, this is a horrible song for this. This is such a terrifying song. Are you hungry? All day I've been preparing a lovely pot of stew that would make Mother proud. I'll pour some for us. Now, don't go running off anywhere in a hurry, alright? Yeah, I don't think you've got to worry about that. Wait, before you go. This is called The World of Dracia from Kirby Canvas Curse. It is actually, like, terrifying once you actually get into it. It's super unsettling. I don't know if the laughter's in this song or the next one in that game. But there is, like, horrifying laughter in one of the Dracia songs. Like, it is actually incredibly creepy. Before you go, I just gotta ask. What's with the creepy doll, man? Heh, the what now? The doll. That creepy little thing that held the key to the front door. Why would you hide your key on a doll? I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about, Ronnie. I placed a spare key on the tree stump near the wall. Heh. Is that not where you found it? You're fucking with me, aren't you? I even lit a fire nearby just so you wouldn't miss it. I'm gonna go grab us some stew now. Try to get some rest, Ronnie. I think that blow to the head might have done more damage than anticipated. Art gives Ronnie a playful wink before departing to fetch a bowl of stew from upstairs. So it must be the next song in that Kirby game, but the song is actually still very unsettling. Oh, I'm playing as this guy now. Okay. Dog does a little happy dance and plays gleefully, greeting Art with enthusiasm and jubilation. Hey there, Mr. Jippers. Yeah, it was a different song apparently. But still, that is not... Canvas Curse had some really creepy audio. You keep a close watch on our guest here, and I'll give you a nice treat later, got it? Attaboy. Good boy. Yeah, no, he didn't. The house is perfectly still, a large wooden table. Bloodstains I smeared upon her cheeks and across her lips. That's odd. This must be the doll Ronnie was referring to. But how did she get down here? Mother used to make dolls in the attic. I haven't had a chance to go through all of her belongings yet. It's beyond me how this dolly could be her favorite. Large iron kettle hangs over the open flames. Gonna need some bowls. Should check the cabinet in the kitchen. Large chest of drawers sits against the wall. Assortment of old, poorly sketched art. Okay, let me do this one. Just take one of these for my guests and a small one for myself, then I'll be on my merry way. Section cupboard and places the rest back on the shelf. Thankfully, Mother cleaned these bowls before she passed. I haven't had the motivation to do any chores since she's been gone. A large iron kettle. Yum! This stew smells delightful. Art carefully labels a couple portions of soup from the boiling kettle and into bowls. This is going to be such a treat. I can't wait to share this with our new guest. Well, hello, friend. Returned with dinner, and I cannot wait for you to try. Upon looking at Ronnie's position, Art notices that the ropes that bind him have been tampered with. Still tied to the chair, it almost seems as though Ronnie had been making small progress towards breaking free, as there are fresh rope burns on his wrists that were not present prior to Art leaving the chamber. Have you been trying to wriggle yourself free and escape, Ronnie? Facial expressions of dread flow from Ronnie as he shifts uncomfortably in the chair. No? Don't lie to me, Ronnie. Don't you ever fucking lie to me. So, off topic, but, I downloaded that new Nintendo Music app. I haven't done any, like, playlist making with it yet, but, have to say, being able to just throw that on, rather than having a YouTube playlist, it's awesome. Because, you know, I listen to music to sleep and stuff like that. And I used to listen to game tracks. I used to listen to, like, relaxing music from Kirby games, or, like, relaxing music from just Nintendo games in general. And it's always been one of those things where, like, I'd start playing something, and it would, like, get hit with ad after ad, so I'd have to constantly be skipping ads, and it wouldn't, like, let me sleep, because I couldn't just use the music. So the fact that, now I have this as, like, an option to be like, okay, just put this on, and just leave it. It is actually very nice. You know, from the standpoint of, like, I don't have to worry about ads at all. There's, like, playlists already made of just relaxing music to sleep with and stuff like that. It's great. I also love that they added a spoiler protection, system. I think that's awesome. I get that people are frustrated with the, well, can't you just put all the music on, like, Spotify and iTunes, which, that way I can put it into all my regular playlists and I don't have to use a separate app for it. But when you think about it, at least from my standpoint, so I've made music in the past. I've been hitting a bit of a block with that recently, so I haven't released anything, in a while, but, I only get half a cent per listen. That's it. Just half a cent. Not even a full cent. So if you take, let's say, 12 million listens, right? That is $600,000. That's still a lot, but that is with 12 million listens. Whereas with something like this, essentially, it's just tagged onto the Nintendo Switch Online. That's it. So it's like, on top of that, when you put your stuff on Spotify and iTunes, you give them rights in order to be able to distribute it. So by doing this, they're not giving those other companies the rights to that music in any sort of way. It's entirely within their own platforming. A lot of people don't understand how the backing of, like, that sort of thing works. The back end of that sort of thing works. So, you know. Anyway, I will do awful things to you, Ronnie. Horrific, vile, ugly things if I ever find out you've lied to me. Look of dread on Ronnie's face has spread to the rest of his person, and he begins to tremble in fear at the thought of what the man might do to him in this vulnerable, bound state. I'm sorry. I'm just a little uncomfortable, and the ropes were really digging in, you know? I won't try that again, I promise. If you had just said that to begin with, we could have worked something out, Ronnie. Unfortunately for you, your thoughtless actions have cost you supper, and the missed opportunity of tasting the best home-cooked stew recipe that had ever come close to gracing your undeserving tongue. I placed several bowls down onto the bloody stone table in the corner of the room. Shame, I think I've lost my appetite as well. Ronnie shifts uncomfortably in the chair while making intense eye contact with Hart. Hey, I'm sorry to ruin your dinner. It was awfully kind of you to go through all that effort. And I'm really sorry about your neighbor, too. Thank you, Ronnie. I'm sorry, too. She was an unlikely friend to me, really. Born of necessity rather than want, or even choice. You see, we didn't spend much time together, but we'd chit-chat every now and then when taking our garbage to the curb each week. I was never too fond of her annoying, yappy little dog. Always shitting in my yard. Little bastard. Sorry, Mr. Jippers. But to a hermit like me, one who has no friends, no family, no colleagues, the occasional bit of socialization was quite the welcome commodity. You can see how lonely things got around here when you live that kind of life. You said you had no colleagues. What do you do? Ah, thank you for asking. I fancy myself a painter of sorts. Each painting you see in here, and those upstairs, they're all mine. You're a pretty talented guy there, Art. I couldn't draw a stick figure to save my life. Ha, well, here's to hoping you'll never have to. Ronnie and Art momentarily share a nervous, awkward chuckle with one another. Here's to hoping, eh? Speaking of, what are your plans here? Like, what is it you want with me? Oh, that's simple, Ronnie. I want to paint you. You want to paint me? That is, in fact, what I said, yes. That's it? But why? Well, I figure with what you'd taken away from me, I might as well get something out of it. I watched as you snuck into Miss Holtzman's house late that night, Ronnie. I heard her scream, and I heard the commotion inside. I waited for you to take your leave, and I went and checked on her soon after. Found her unconscious and not breathing at the bottom of the stairs. I left that morning to fetch the local authorities. But not before painting her, too. You painted your dead neighbor? Well, of course. I knew once she was in the ground I'd never see her again. So I took the time to capture a memory that I can look upon whenever I feel the need. This is weird. This is incredibly weird. I don't know how to feel about this. But then I realized I couldn't just paint Miss Holtzman, for that would only be capturing half the story. Needed both halves for my collection. I needed to paint you too, Ronnie. And now that I've got you here, I can. Okay. A little weird, but I'm not one to yuck someone else's yum. So then, once you're done painting me, you'll untie me? Well, obviously. I have no use for you after I'm finished the painting. Besides, you're sitting in my favorite chair. You can't hog the best seat in the house forever. Heh. Alright. So, when do we get started? Oh, an eager model you are. I like that. If you're so eager, we could start now. Honestly, I'm starting to cramp in this position, so the sooner we start, the better for me. I'm ready whenever you are. Wonderful. I'm so excited. I will fetch my supplies from upstairs. Now, don't go anywhere, Ronnie. I mean it this time. Wouldn't even dream of it. I don't... I don't know what is happening. This is so incredibly awkward. Oh. Oh no. I'm gonna need a few things. I'll have to find my brushes, my paint, and my palette. I can't wait. No, I guess not. Okay, I was gonna say, I feel like I'm just gonna ignore the doll there. I was gonna say, oh, he's gonna paint him with his blood, isn't he? That's what I thought was gonna happen. Then he said paints, and I'm like, okay. I'm going to need a few of these. Art carefully selects several paint brushes from the drawer and stuffs them into his stash. Might as well grab these too. Art pulls out the bag of tools before shutting the drawer. Ronnie resting comfortably in the chair. Still. Oh, so I'm not done yet. Okay, I need to grab something else then. I will do top drawer as well, I guess. I am confuzzled. That was not a great time to have a music change up. I've ground azurite for blue paint. I'll have to mix this with a binder so I can use it for later. What else do I need to grab? Ah. Various bottles of paint. That's it. I'll need a few bottles of paint. Hurry to empty the shelf and its contents and stuffs them into a sash. These shades will look so vibrant on canvas. Ronnie rests uncomfortably in the chair, still bound with rope, waiting what's to come. Did I not grab everything? What am I missing? Oh, probably more paint stuff over here. Let's try this. There we go. I have returned with my supplies. I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for this moment. So all I have to do is sit here and look pretty, right? That's right. I'll do all the hard parts. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable while I get started. Pulls out his art supplies from his person and sets them on the floor between Ronnie and his art station. Alright, Ronnie. Stay perfectly still for me. Sure thing. He begins to mix various colors of paint together, carefully selecting them from his palette and painting upon his fresh canvas with a brush. Each stroke of the brush creates a new layer of paint on the canvas, providing depth to the piece. Minutes quickly pass and soon turn into hours. The art begins to come alive with each new layer added. I feel like I've been sitting forever. How's it coming along there, Art? Oh, it's magnificent, Ronnie. Or at least it will be when it's finished. Really starting to get cramped here. Are we almost done? Also, my leg just fell asleep. Kind of ironic. You can't rush perfection, Ronnie. We have much work to do before we're through here. Can we maybe take a break then? I feel like these ropes are cutting off the circulation to my nutsack. If we take a break, it's only going to take longer. Mind over matter, Ronnie. Mind over matter. I gotta take a piss, though. Mind over matter, Ronnie. You got this. How am I supposed to mind over matter my piss away? You'll figure it out. I believe in you. Bruh. I feel like this piece is missing something. So close yet, so far. It's good, but not great. Something is off. I can sense it. Can you sense that I'm about to piss my pants all over your favorite chair? Because I am. What could be missing, I wonder? Regular scheduled bathroom breaks, I'll bet. Hi, Saza! Hello, happy Halloween! I am very confused by this game. I don't get it. It's supposed to be a spooky game, and so far this guy's just painting a bound-up guy. Aha, I've got it. Art stands from a stool and walks towards Ronnie. Begins rummaging through his bag of tools until he finds what he's looking for. Are you gonna untie me for a minute, pal? I really wasn't kidding. I gotta piss like a pregnant lady having a sneeze attack. Art pulls his serrated tool. Yep, there it is. Rusty old carpenter saw from back leather grip. Okay. Ah, you're gonna cut me free then. Just, watch the sack, would you? Now sit still for me, Ronnie. This shouldn't take long. Grabs holds of Ronnie's wrist, firmly gripping it so he cannot pull away. Presses the saw blade against Ronnie's skin as a look of panic begins to flood Ronnie's face. Wait, what are you doing? Begins pushing and pulling the saw back and forth against Ronnie's wrist, the teeth of the saw blade gnawing through flesh and bone with relative ease. There we go, the model is already looking much better. My hand! You cut off my fucking hand. How very observant of you, Ronnie. Now shush, we're almost done. Here's a treat for keeping a close eye on our guest and being such a good boy, Mr. Jippers. I don't... Art picks up Ronnie's severed hand from the dirty floor and tosses it to the dog. Mr. Jippers joyfully wags his tail as he ravenously gnaws on the hand. Oh, come on, that is like the complete opposite of cool, man. What part of shush do you not understand? Now, be still for a moment. Art kneels down lower, resting his hand on Ronnie's thigh while positioning the saw blade just above Ronnie's kneecap. Begins to rock the saw back and forth, cutting through cartilage, tendon, and bone like butter. Can't you see how I'm making you into a masterpiece, Ronnie? More like masterpieces, you fuck. Oh, Ronnie. 'Tis but a scratch. You'll heal in no time. I thought maybe they love putting that sort of thing in these games. Just like kind of random references and stuff like that. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm bleeding out here, man. Merely a flesh wound, Ronnie. I'd say 2-3 hours recovery at most. Whoa. That's actually a lot of blood, Ronnie. No shit, fucko. You just hacked off 2 of my limbs. What did you think would happen, you dumb bitch? For what is the price of priceless art, Ronnie? An arm and a fucking leg, apparently. Too true. Well, we're here now. Might as well make the most of it, eh? Listen, you're going to untie me right now and get me to a fucking doctor, or so help me. Ha, slow down there, Ronnie. You're in no position to be making demands here. You really don't have much of a leg to stand on. Fucking damn it. You motherfucker. Here, I'll make you a counteroffer. Art reaches into his tool belt and pulls out a heavy steel hammer. I'll make this nice and easy for you so you don't have to suffer through the next part. Sound like a deal? Please. You don't have to do this. I wish someone would have been there to offer you those words before you did what you did to my friend, Ronnie. But I do have to do this. I've had to do this since the night you entered Miss Holtzman's home and took her life. You've awakened something that sleeps deep within me. It lives in the darkest recesses of my soul, something I've worked hard to keep dormant for as long as I could. You are not the first, Ronnie, and I'm sure you won't be the last either. But just as I have preserved her memory, I shall preserve yours too. Please. There has to be another way. Art raises the steel hammer above his head while gazing into Ronnie's eyes. Brings the hammer down upon the top of Ronnie's skull with vengeance and wrath-fueled force, striking him over and over and over again. Ronnie's body rests lifelessly, slumped deep into the bloodstained chair. Art looks upon his model with uncertainty. Something still isn't right. There's still something off. A detail I must be missing. Art quietly ponders to himself for a moment, grasping for answers to solve his puzzled mind. He reaches into his tool bag one last time to scour the remainder of his tools before settling on one in particular, a set of forceps. And gingerly into his eyes. After digging around inside the hole, he finds firm grip on the eyeball and successfully removes it from its home. There. It's perfect. I couldn't ask for a better model. Art returns to his canvas and begins furiously painting once more. Deep in the hours of the night, he works, never slowing nor stopping. Give me a second. I don't know if I'm gonna continue this. Like, I actually feel like I'm gonna be sick. I'll keep going slightly, but it happens again, I'm closing the game. It is finished. The masterpiece is finally complete. Art grabs hold of a curtain and yanks it down to reveal his work. That's what I'd call a work of art. That's it, he said the title. That is actually quite a piece, though. Art peers over at Ronnie's disfigured body, mangled beyond recognition. What a disaster. You sure are a messy boy, Ronnie. But I thank you for your sacrifice. Quite the mess we have here. How am I gonna clean all this? You wouldn't happy to be willing to lend me a hand, would you, Mr. Chippers? Barks happily while wagging his tail. Drops Ronnie's severed hand at Art's feet and stares up at him joyfully. It's not quite what I meant by I appreciate the effort, boy. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? After countless hours of dismembering, digging, and burying, Art finishes cleaning the mess he's made and disposing of any potential evidence. Bends down to plant a singular seed within the empty eye socket of his victim before lightly covering it with dirt. There you go, Ronnie. One day you'll grow to be a big, strong apple tree. In the meantime, you'll be doing wonders for my soil. It's been quite a night, but I do feel mighty productive if I do say so myself. I haven't checked on my garden in a while. Should probably see how my plants and trees are doing before I hit the hay. Grows in the garden soil, producing fresh breaches don't look fully developed yet. Well, that's bizarre. How did you get out here? Blood-soaked doll looks as though it's holding something in its hand. And upon further inspection, the doll appears to be holding a human eyeball. Art takes the eyeball from the doll and examines it closely. Well, this here seems to belong to Ronnie. How on earth did you get this? Art leans down and places the eyeball firmly into the hands of the doll. There we go. Now I can keep an eye on you. Heh, get it? We made it. Oh, holy shit, that made me so fucking uncomfortable. Ugh. Oh, man. My window is open and so my door is back and forth. Let me... And now is not the time door. Oh, fucking hell, I hate this so much. Oh, that was horrible. Thank you so much for taking the time to play a work of art. Really hope you enjoyed your experience. Also, for those who stay until the end of this message, there might be a pretty nifty little surprise waiting for you that you won't want to miss. Just saying. I don't know what to feel about that. From our team to you, we appreciate all the support players have given us over the years, and we want to give players a new experience that they haven't seen from our previous titles. Game is very much a passion project. While it differs from our most of our choices matter style experiences, we had such a blast pouring our heart and soul into this experience. Yeah, this was very different than a lot of their other games. Stuff like the test, the horoscope, the awakening. A lot of those were like, you kind of are asked a bunch of questions and you make choices and it gives you like kind of an ending based off of your choices. This one was very much so RPG styled. So this is very, very different than anything else they've done. I also understand that the world in general is a very tough spot at the moment and people are struggling mentally, physically, and financially. This is why we've decided to make this title completely free. We know that times are tough and not everyone can afford more than basic necessities in life at the moment. So this game is our way of hopefully providing you with temporary distraction from the struggles of life with no cost out of your pocket. We appreciate you, and we really do hope you enjoyed what we've created. That is legitimately my my mindset on like streaming and stuff like that. It is like, if I can distract you from your struggles for a while, perfect. So do with all of our games, we'd like to offer you an opportunity to be chosen as a character in our future games. I did this before. So obviously I've enjoyed their titles in the past. But what they do is typically they'll give you a word. like, depending on your ending, they'll give you a word, and you post it in a review to the game, and they go through and message people who post reviews, and they ask what name you want to be put in one of their future games. So that's just a fun thing. Many of the characters you see in our games are actually the names of players, or names chosen by players from previous titles. I'd like to give you a special word unique to your playthrough. If you wish to be part of upcoming titles, you have your name selected to be in a future game, please leave your special word in the comment for us. If you guys want to do that, this game is free, but my personal recommendation would be the test series. They're very introspective, and they ask you a lot of deep-hitting questions. I'm not going to play it on stream because that is not something that I feel like me streaming is going to be something I would be comfortable with, because it is very introspective. It delves into a lot of heart of, like, being honest with yourself and your own feelings about how you live your life. Like, for example, they might ask questions of, like, do you think you're a good person? Like, that's the sort of question they would ask, and it's a very introspective thing. So I would highly recommend the test series. The horoscope is also pretty interesting. Horrorscape, sorry. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, the horoscope. This game here. My personal recommendation is the test series. This one here. It's very much so. You just are kind of sitting there. Just answer a long series of questions. Like it's just really like kind of like fun experience, stuff like that. They give you a word at the end, stuff like that. Same thing as this. I would highly recommend it. They're cheap. They're like $5 at most. Very small studio. Very small like group of people. They make some interesting games, and this is about as close to horror as I can get on a quote-unquote normal basis. Not this game. Not this game. Like the test and stuff like that. It's very dark. It's very like mysterious and like unnerving, but that's about it. So yeah, I would recommend playing those games, that personally. The one I would not recommend, let me find which one it is, because it was ugh. And this is something that just like, it made me incredibly uncomfortable. Give me a second while I find it. Let me find it. Okay. The Confession. That is the one I would not recommend playing. That was incredibly disturbing. Alright, to wrap this up, let's see what the special word is. Garden. Keep track of this word, for it will come in handy in the future. Participation is completely optional, so if you do not wish to be in a game or choose the name of a character to appear in a future title, then simply leave your special word out of your comments and we will not select you. We read each and every comment we get on all of our titles, so none are missed. We also use those words to develop future titles, such as our big project, Chasing Demons, which you can now wishlist on Steam. Ooh. I might play that on stream. These games are very, like, low not low quality. That's not a good way of putting it. They're very low intensity in terms of like PC. So yeah, each person is given a word unique to them from each of our games, which they will then be able to combine in Chasing Demons to create a custom-tailored game experience specific to each individual. That is cool. I think that's a really cool idea where they're taking all these different words and creating a game that will make it so that the game is different depending on the words that you got in previous games. So I am really excited for that. I will likely stream that when it comes out. And we'll see what happens. Appears in your playthrough of Chasing Demons may not appear in your friends' experience when they play, ensuring that each player gets their own unique version of the game. Once again, thank you all so much for your support, and we hope to see you again in the next one. Until next time, treat each other with kindness, stay positive, and always remember, it might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever. I really like this company. A lonely ruffian sits out on his bar stool, drowning his sorrows deep in his cups. Ronnie, where are you, man? It's been weeks. It's not like him to just up and disappear without saying anything. I hope he's alright. The man takes another swig of his ale, and a tear begins to roll down his face. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be Arthur, would you? Well, ma'am, that would depend on who's asking. Our maid sets a crimson-stained envelope on the bar in front of Arthur. Someone came in earlier and wanted me to give this to you. Are you sure it's for me? Pretty sure. I think they said their name was Ronnie. Oh, that render's actually really cute. Oh, please don't show it. They're going through a bunch of the art, and I'm terrified that it's just gonna, like, pop up. Well, there's the doll. Yeah, you can kind of tell they did utilize the AI a bit, which is unfortunate. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, that does with me as well. It's really unfortunate that they did that because, I mean, I gave them some leeway because they've directly stated that they had, like, commercial rights to all of the images that they used. Uh, so I'm like, okay, they didn't just use AI to not pay artists, because they did pay their artists. They did, like, they used their artists' art, and I'm assuming with their permission, used AI as a tool to make it seem a specific way. But ultimately, it's neither here nor there. I just hope that they don't continue to utilize that more in the future. Because it was any of the, like, renders of the doll and the scarecrow that were the AI generated stuff. The actual, like, character artworks were not. Okay, Dork, can you stop, please? Alright. Well, that's it. I honestly expected that to take longer. I did. Let me close the game. Yep. Alright. Well, that was certainly a game. I actually think I might go ahead and raid someone this time. Into a wholesome game. So not horror. I'm not gonna subject you to that. But I will send Twitch viewers over to another streamer. YouTube viewers, stream will just end. So apologies about that. But happy Halloween, everyone. And let me just do this. Make sure everything is working properly. Alright. So, I will say, I'm not gonna chat afterwards. Thanks for stopping by, everything. But, thank you, everybody, so much for coming by. Hope you all have a wonderful time zone. Make sure you take care of yourself, drink some water, get some rest, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time. Happy Halloween.
Mm-mm. Mm.